Hey guys, and welcome back to my new video. So I'm back with my tutorials. I took a long break, I'm really sorry, but I'm back now. So in this video I'm gonna show you how to use the Lelutka Evolution X map, how to extract it, and what it is used for. So here we can download our map, and when you click on download you have this manual. Here the texture for Evolution and for Evolution X. So we're gonna click on Evolution X, and then we can save it, and let's wait it for downloading. Okay, after it's finished downloading, it looks like this. So we're gonna extract it by right click and extract here, and there we have it. So you can open it in GIMP, in Photoshop, but I recommend you Photoshop. But let me show you how it looks in GIMP. I prefer Photoshop because it will be organized, while on GIMP it's gonna be all over the place. Like you can see here, you can still see it, but like it's not that organized. And if you don't have Photoshop like me, you can use this page. It's online. It's called Photopea. It's the exact same like Photoshop. So I'm gonna here drag and drop, and I'm gonna show you the difference. Drop it in. Let's wait. And as you can see here, it's categorized with female head, male head, ears, eyeshadow, lips, brows, lashes, eye, and etc. So you can, if you make male stuff, you can have the male like map, or you can have the female one. This is the one I use. And when you open it up, you can also hide this grid. So I use it, I think, with the grid, but you can use it without it as well. And here you can also hide this makeup. So for example, you want to export this and also hide this. Click File, export as, and as JPG. If it's transparent background, and as PNG. So let's export this, save. I'm gonna name it head. This is to make Big Some Mesh. Okay, so let's say you don't need this anymore. Now you can hide it. And that's it about heads. Then you click here on the ears, and you can also save those. If I want to make like ear tattoos, ear blushes. Okay, you have also here options when you open HD ears. Let's open it up. You can have it with or without the guidelines. If you're happy with it, let's export it. Export as JPG. Let's call it save ears. And this way you can extract everything we need. Here you have the eyeshadow. Let's open it up. And you have also this map. I personally use it just like this. Like there's also this things you can remove. I like to keep the eye on. You can remove the grid, but I like to have the grid, so I see it the best. You can just here remove this little logo, and this is for the eyeshadow. Again, export as. This one is PNG because I have a transparent background. If you export it as a JPG, you will have a white background. Eyeshadow. Okay, now that we have the eyeshadow done, we close it. Then we have the HD lips. This is for lip appliers. And let me see here. Click on this eye. So this is the one I use. And you can also use this map on top. But I personally use just this. Now we're going to export this as lip. Export as PNG. Its background is transparent. Save. Lips. Okay, now we're gonna hide the lips. Now we have HD brow. HD brow is for applier. I personally use Big Some Mesh with the face map. Also have a grid here to see better. If you want to make applier brows, use this. So let's hide this preview thing. Export it. Export as PNG. Save. Browse. Okay, let's hide the browse map. Okay, this is now the eyelash one. Let's export it as PNG. Lashes. Then we have the eye one. I never made eyes with this, but this is the map for it. Again, let's export it. Save eyes. And then on the top again we have this picture from the kit, but we don't need. And basically now we extracted everything we need. So I'm gonna open my game because this is what I use, and import that face, and as well log in onto Second Life. So I already make so many Mix and Match videos, you can check them out. But like I said, this is just gonna be a quick preview. To make Mix and Match, you need to click on the plus sign here, clothing and tattoo. But to test it out, I use universal because it works better. It shows right away. Instead of tattoo, you have to save it and click edit again. So to test it, click universal, click enter, click add, and then click edit. Okay, let's zoom into our face. When you want to zoom into your face even more, but you cannot, you click Ctrl and 0. You can go even closer. Let's draw something. So let me make it bigger, and a 50. So you can make anything you want. This is your blank canvas, and you can draw on it. So I'm gonna just do something really simple to show you. I also got asked for eyeshadow so many times, so let's just do a really quick simple eyeshadow, as simple as it gets, so to make the video extra long. So I'm gonna use this eclipse tool because this is my lifesaver and it helps me every time. So I'm gonna go close to the eye, as close as possible. So to invert it, we click select and invert or Ctrl I, and let's pick a color. Let's go with this kind of cherry color. Airbrush tool, big brush, hard brush, and let's go in like you would like put makeup on yourself, just like, or just draw or edit a picture. Let's just go up slightly. Then we click select none, and here you can erase what's going over it. So I'm now gonna open a new layer, and I'm gonna get like a darker edge on here. So I'm gonna go next with this eclipse tool, free select tool. Click here, just here, and then like whatever, you know, full circle. So you just clip it together. I use the same color, just make it darker, and also with the same brush, like go in. Okay, erase here the extra. It can be inside the eye, it's not a problem. It's not gonna be visible, but you can clean it up and open a new layer again. We can also add like a eyeliner, also free select tool. I like how sharp it looks with the free select tool. Let's start here from the edge of the eye and go down like this. You can go all the way to the bottom, but I'm gonna just make a corner one. Black color, go in, select none. So I'm gonna duplicate all of them and flip it and merge it down. Then the second one, duplicate, flip, merge down. Also with the eyeliner, duplicate, flip, merge down. Hide here this image. Ctrl A to export picture, and make sure it's PNG. PNG. Otherwise, you'll get like a white picture and it's gonna cover the whole face. To test it out, we go ahead, local, add, and add it. And this is how our like eyeshadow looks. And it's not bad, it's just like a simple one. You see a little eyeliner here and the eyeshadow. Of course, you can add a lot of details, a lot of colors, a lot of glitters. Make a new layer. Let's make a blush with the same color, why not? Maybe this lighter one. And like you can use like a harder brush and then use Gaussian blur, or you can use like a soft brush and like click up here, shift up, and like this, but I'm gonna still blur it out a little bit. Gaussian blur, and a little bit, duplicate, flip it. Let's see how it looks, export. Okay, that's a cute blush, cute color as well. And you can also blur it out even more. Filter blur, Gaussian blur. It's the best way to find it here to see how much it's getting blurred. Let's go on a 44, why not? The blur tool in here, for me it's on rate 100 and hard edge. Then you have the best like effect. To export it, I press Ctrl A, or you can click here filter, export as, and then as PNG. And it looks way better and it's cute. I like it. Especially I like the color. So let's say we want lips to it. By the way, this is just to test it. If you want to sell it, you have to upload the texture by clicking the plus sign, upload image. But upload it separately. Separately eyeshadow, separately blush, because I don't want it on the same layer. So I want to use those lips for Bake Some Mash. So this is still Bake Some Mash. So we're gonna erase everything around it. Okay, for the lips, I imported this image, and as you can see, if you delete it, it's white. It's what I mentioned. You go on layer, transparency, add alpha channel, and then you can delete it. So let me real quick erase everything around it. Okay, I roughly have the lips erased around. Now I'm gonna duplicate it, hide the first layer, click on the bottom image, and then here I'm gonna erase the upper lip, and here I'm gonna erase the lower lip so I can adjust it better. Okay, now that I have them separate layers, so I'm gonna open here the image, hide the upper one, so we'll start with the lower one, go on the higher, and make it way smaller. I'll link it here so it's evenly. Let's put it on here, make it bigger a little bit. I'm gonna make it wider at first. And let's put the opacity down so I can see what I'm doing. So where it needs more is here on the edges. For that, I'll go on filter, distort, eye warp. I'll go with a bigger size. And I'll move it here to the side to see where it needs filling. And I'll drag it here. And I'll drag it a bit here and here, a bit here on the top. Okay. And now I'm gonna put the opacity down and erase here around it. What I used to also do is cut out the lips from the map and then just invert it, but you can do it this way as well. So try to keep it here in the center like this. Maybe it's not the best lip sample, but this is just like quickly to show you. Okay, let's make it smaller. Put it here. It needs a bit of size. I personally prefer to make applier lips instead of Bake Some Mash. But you can do which one you prefer. A lot of people love Bake Some Mash lips. So distort eye warp. And it needs some stretching like this. Let's see. Yes, towards more down. And then here pull towards the middle. Okay, click. Okay, or press enter. Could be better. A bit more. Distort eye warp. By the way, I use the old version of GIMP. You can just type in old stable version of GIMP or old GIMP. So let's see how it looks. Okay. Then we have the lower and upper one. I'll merge them down. I'll make them sharper. Filter enhance sharpen. 40. Let's export it like this just to see how it looks. And let's put back on also the makeup just to see how it looks together. Okay. Yeah, these lips are not really my favorite. Like, some are looking really good and some again are really bad. So let's say from all of this, you wanna upload the blush only. We're gonna export the blush only. And then you're gonna click on the plus, upload image, call it blush, and you're gonna take this off, click on the plus, clothing, tattoo, and here is the thing where we're gonna sell it in this tattoo form, edit, and then you're not gonna go on local, you go on your texture, blush, and save as blush. Okay. And here we have our blush. You can already sell it, make an unpacker, etc. When you want to sell it, go on properties, click on copy and modify and remove transfer. And of course, sometimes people try to make it, put it on the marketplace, but they cannot. Please make sure you take it off before you want to add it to the marketplace. If you like this blush, how it looks, you can just go on like color, colorize. You can make it white, export it, and let's take it off real quick. Go on here, tattoo, edit, head, local. Of course, you should upload it if you wanna use it, but it's just like a test. Now you're gonna have it in white. But what I mean is why I use universal is because the tattoo one is not showing right away. So for tattoo, I have to save it and go to edit again for it to show up, and I hate that. So for example, you like how the blush looks, like how it's distributed and everything, you can go on color tint and color it here in any color. It's maybe cheaper than exporting each color, cost 10 linens, that way it doesn't. If you're happy with it, save as blush red, and then you can keep tinting it until you like it. And now you have like a little pack of blushes, and I really like it. I'm gonna make a group gift with these blushes because they're really cute and I want to wear them myself. So I also made an orange one while I was not recording. I know it's really late. Look at this orange one, I like it. So you can make as many as you want, and so let's delete those that I don't need. Now you can click on the first one, click shift up, and then click on create folder from selected, blushes, and then you have your blushes. You can move it in here to recent, to inventory, and always make sure, click on properties, make sure it's copy modify, because people can modify it if they want it, and if you keep transfer on, people can give it away, so make sure you don't do that. Close them all, and then you can sell them, and make sure you are not wearing it, otherwise you cannot move it to the marketplace. It have to be taken off to be able to add it to the marketplace. Okay, next up are the ears, and you can do all sorts of things. You can do ear blushes, tattoos, etc. So this was ear blush and then like an ear tattoo. Personally, I never made any tattoo or anything for the ears yet, but I might make a set. And let's just go in with this color I already used. This is not perfect, but I'm gonna blur it out. Go all around the ear. Gaussian blur. Okay, and it's a bigger blur than this. Okay, let's try this. Looks better. And I might go down with opacity. Duplicate it for the other side. Hide. Export as. Export. So now for the tattoo, so you can sell it and make it with universal. So only universal works for ear tattoos or ear blushes. Edit. Click edit. And you go from the top all the way to the bottom, and the first on the left on the bottom. Now we're gonna test it. Click local. Let's see here, ears. And if it's not visible right away with the ears, you save it, and then you go on edit mode, and then it should show up. So let's see. And okay, here it is. It's really subtle. So it's on top of the ear, but we can add also inside the ear. So let's add an attitude. Let's go color, color to alpha. Remove the white color. So this is just to test it. Okay. Flip it. Yeah. So let's see how that's gonna look. Let's add it in here. Okay, I like this. I maybe like the tattoos more. I can add tattoos all over the ear, inside the ear. I really like this one. New layer, merge down, duplicate, flip, merge down. Gonna duplicate it again, just have it a little bit darker, and here a little bit opacity off on the upper one. I really like this, the leaf. It's really nice. I would add maybe more leaves or flowers underneath, or just like this. So if you're happy, import it, image, and ears, upload. Then here on texture, if you try to select as local, people just gonna get a gray texture or color. Save as ears. And that one you can sell like this. Again, properties, copy, modify, and you sell it as this and not as the two. So let me close this too. Okay, now we come to the pliers. To make a pliers, you need a script. What you can get in your Lelutka mesh heads. As you can see here, it says Lelutka Creator Kit. You unpack it, and then you have it here. So this too is to put in the head. LTA is to test it. So I have this little box here, and it already contains the LTA/tester. So I'm gonna move it closer so you can test it. And if you didn't watch my videos, you can watch them how I make a head, like how I make lips or lashes. It's all working the same. Okay, if you picked lips that you want to use, again we're gonna erase the background, and again duplicate, erase here the upper lip and here the lower lip. So we have two lips, upper one. Okay, now I'm gonna move it like this, move it upwards. I'm gonna make a new layer, merge it down because this thing needs space, and we're gonna crop it like this. And let's see here, it's not everything deleted well, but it's okay. So now that I have lined this up on the top, we have to move it all the way down here. Filter, distort, eye warp, make it bigger, and move it towards downwards. Make it a bit bigger on the side. And tweak it a little bit. Now let's do the lower one. That one is pretty much far up. If I forget to delete everything, it's okay. Of course, I'll show you why later. Let's move it to place a little bit better. It's a bit too wide, it's okay. Okay. So this is somewhere okay. Now I'm gonna go filter, distort, eye warp. Tiny bit down. Okay. It's tweaking. Now I'm gonna merge this two down. Click on the first one. What are these lips? Alpha selection. Make a new layer. Pick the color up from the middle. Maybe somewhere here. Color the middle. select none. I'm gonna merge this down. Usually what I would do is click alpha selection on the upper one, select inward, but it's a really harsh one with those lips, with this original template. So I bought some from the marketplace. It's this one and this one. This is a harder and this is a softer one. And it's by Roretta. It's called Lelutka Evolution X Alphas. So you can get this smooth and pretty lips. So I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna open my upper one. Click here on the soft one. Alpha selection. Go up. Make sure it's inverted. Select inward. And hit delete on your keyboard. Select none. Hide this white one. I love how faded it looks. I always was doing it by like hand, like with the eraser, low opacity. But now with this, it's like already have it perfectly. Always sharpen your products, make it nice and crispy. It looks high quality. Let's export it straight out A. Pictures, PNG as well. Replace, export. To test it, make sure you have your parim. A parim is when you click on here in the box and click it somewhere. And you can resize it, of course, stretch, make it smaller. And then, not that small, of course. And then you can, while it's selected, move. You click on LTA and drag and drop. But I already have it on the side. And let's click edit. Texture. Click on it. Local. Let's delete all of those first ears. And add those lips. Click on them. So click on it. HD lips, diffuse. Ooh, look how pretty they are. They really look nice. Sometimes with lips, sometimes it's a hit or miss. It depends. And I love how those look. Okay. So I'm gonna show you real quickly how I make a hat. A mini hat with 2 items. So first I'm gonna import this one real quick. Usually I make 6 to 8 or 10 lip colors. So I'm gonna call this one number 1. And how I make different lip colors, let me show you. So I'm gonna duplicate this one, hide the original one, color, and you go on curves, make them lighter or darker. So let's make a darker one like this. Export to test it out, and as you export, it's gonna automatically apply it. Maybe even darker. Like what I do is always go a little by little bit and then export it and make different shades. Oh, okay, I like this one. So then we're gonna upload our second texture. Like I said, I'll make up to 10. And we're gonna take a picture of our lips. This video is gonna be so long. I'm so sorry, but I hope this video helps you guys. So I'm gonna go back, edit, add the first texture in, but wait. Add it in texture, not in here, otherwise it's just gonna apply to one face. Click HD lips, diffuse. Take a picture, refresh, save. Because you need a picture to make a hat. Edit, drop the second one, HD lips, diffuse. Picture, refresh, save. Okay, so the way I make my hat is different now than I used to before, but I'm gonna show you how to make a simple one. So I use Be Funky. I love Be Funky. I use it for my products. Start new, computer. I'm just add the white one. Now to GIMP, I'm gonna upload these 2 images, or add these 2 images. Picture, that's how I do, I'm just weird. 1 and 2, open them together. I'm gonna use the crop tool. Don't make sure it's not curler only. Selected. I'm gonna sharpen each one. Of course, I need my good quality for my lips. I hate when this disappears on each layer. The reason I use be funky is, of course, this graphics option, and it links in so perfectly. When I do it on GIMP, I don't have like a guidance. Like here you have it, like it snaps to perfection, like, and you can make them even. Otherwise on GIMP I can never make my freaking squares even. So this is just a simple, like, how you can do. If you make many colors, like, let me show you. Delete this one. Hit delete. Duplicate. If you make many, I love how it snaps evenly. You can do this. Hold, and you copy both. You click here, duplicate, and when you move them, look, it snaps into place. Duplicate, it snaps into place, and it's even. I love it how it's even. So it's like here too. And now let's export the first lip first. Export pictures. And we go on here, images. Here are the lips I made yesterday. I can just show you as well. You drop it in there and you have it perfectly. Okay, let's duplicate this one. And I'm gonna also show you how I make my head. So this is just like bare minimum simple. So first let me remove all my images from the lips I made yesterday. And now you're gonna click computer, add all lips, and then delete this one, export the second one, and computer, you can add a drop of shadow if you want, distance, remove the blur, opacity lower, and I'll also add like a border, of course thinner and in white or any color you want. And let's add here drop shadow. You can add the title, the name of the lips, add Lelutka Evolution X at the bottom. So let me type in here Belanti. Make it bigger. It's my personal font. And on the bottom, Lelutka Evolution X. Like this. This is just the simplest version ever. Okay, let's save this to the computer. Save. Okay, now to make the HUD, we need to upload this HUD. And now let's make the HUD. Edit. Click on here. Click on texture. Make it transparent if you want it. Select face. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to be face 4 in here. In phase 4, you go all the way up if you upload a texture. Ignite it. Move. Click on CTRL and go a little bit up. When you click CTRL, you have this bar. Go up. So when you turn it, hold CTRL and turn it until it clicks to place. Then you let go. Click stretch. And then you can stretch it because it stretches it a little bit too much. So you can like stretch it and make it smaller. Try to get it as in here. It's a little bit hard, but like it's like more of a square, so like this. Then we're gonna make another prime. This one I'm gonna make small, like this. Up. By the way, click on the HUD, go on general, make sure it's copy. Also this box, make sure it's copy. This is the mistake that most people do, and that's why it doesn't work. And also gonna stretch in here, click the red one and make it thinner. You can, but you don't have to. And make sure it fits perfectly in here. So when people click it, and make sure it doesn't overlap the other one. something like this. Move, shift up, and it's gonna duplicate it, and you let go. So now it's important. Click one square, second square, or how many ever squares you have. After clicking all the squares, click the background, and then click link. Not a link. So once you linked it, we can add the script. Before you add the script, make sure you go on properties. It's on copy only, not transfer. Copy only. Properties copy, otherwise it's not gonna work. Okay, now that it's all linked, and make sure it's clicked on it, you go to content. You're gonna click the first one, click Ctrl L, click the second one, hold, drag and drop, hold. Click Evolution X, and now let's open our folder. And here we have the first lips. You're gonna right click, copy asset UID. Click the first one, HD lips, diffuse, click Ctrl V, submit, done. Second one, copy asset UID, click the second box, HD lips, diffuse, Ctrl V, submit, done. And if you're done, click the background, click finished. Now to remove the yellow boxes, click on it, click edit linked, click again, texture, transparent, okay. If you're happy with it, right click take, go to a folder, it's in objects. What you're gonna do now is right click, attach to hat, send it to, and make sure you rename it while it's dropped on the floor. You can also add it and move it to the side. Some people don't know it, so okay. Now let's test it. Then we have all cute lips. They're really cute. Okay, then for the eyeshadow, so I added a white background and put it underneath this and merge it down so I can see it better. So this is basically the eye, and around it it's the eyeshadow area where you can draw on. So make a new layer, and then we can zoom in. Again, I use this eclipse tool, but you don't have to, you can do free-handedly. I just like to use it. Like I'm trying to make eyeshadows, honestly, but let's do the same method we did before, like just to show you. But I mainly do eyeshadows in Procreate because I have all my glitter brushes, so I can make it really nice and beautiful. But I might make a special video on it where I just add it on or draw it on Procreate. So I prefer making kind of eyeshadows on Big Some Mesh. Of course, it's kind of simpler than here. You have to see how far it should go, etc. So erase here for the front part and here for the back part. We're gonna do the exact same thing. Okay, the darker one is, I guess, this one. And make a new layer. Maybe up to here. Okay. Don't mind me, so let's do it like this. So it's a darker one, it doesn't seem dark. Let's click delete on the keyboard and pick a darker color. And like add it in. Select none. And then a little bit on the bottom. It's okay, it's in the eye. And you can also add like some highlight. Like this is just like bare minimum, just to show you. Like add in here. Overlay. Use the smudge tool. Smudge it around. You can like also add on the bottom like eyeshadow, the same color. Invert, draw eye, or select and invert, up to you. Okay, this video is gonna be hella long. I really wanted it like to be a shorter video. It ended up gonna be for an hour or two. I already have like a 2-hour recording. So you can add like a bottom eyeshadow. Select none. Delete. So let's test it out how it looks. Again, by the way, I wanted to show you how I make my hats. First, take a picture of my ad. I add the ad on the side, and here I add a lip, so it looks really nice. It took me a long time to find a hat where I'm happy with. Usually I'm never happy with my hats, but this one is the first I really enjoy. So let's go back here, click edit. This is the tester. Local, add, eyeshadow. Oh god, this eyeshadow looks awful. Eyeshadow, and let's see, HD eyeshadow, diffuse. This is how it looks. Okay, it ain't that bad like I thought it's gonna be. It's a bit higher up, it looks way better than it was on Mix and Match where it was too low. Okay, and this is how it looks without the lashes. Look how pretty it is. I do kind of love it on eyeshadow more. I don't know why they make it as like applier more. It looks really nice. And of course, when you go in HD with appliers, what I love is opacity. You can play with opacities. You can do whatever you prefer. So personally, I never made eyebrows like this. I made a Mix and Match on image mode and RGB. So make sure it's RGB, otherwise when you add the eyebrow texture, everything is gonna be brown. So always check out for RGB. It was originally on this one, so yeah. So now I can merge it down so you have a better view. Put a new layer. Okay, then when you have the brows you wanna use, we have to put them in this designated spot. So just on some random lashes, but for this, when I make my own, I will draw my own. Of course, I prefer that, but just for now, I found just a simple. And just tilt it a little bit. If you want to get the tail exactly in, filter distort eye warp and try to tilt it down. Okay, perfect. Now we're gonna duplicate this one. Move it downwards. I'm really curious how this is gonna look. I never made my own eyebrows with the pliers. Let's export it as PNG. Edit. Texture here. Local. Add. Browse. Click on them. HD browse. Diffuse. Like, I really actually like this one because when I make big smash, I have a hard time with eyebrows. They always look wonky, but with appliers it looks so much better, and I'm so surprised. And I'll definitely gonna make new eyebrows after this video. Just draw them. Let's make here this back part short as well, and export. Okay, lastly we have eyes. Again, let me add a white background. Again, it's black. Image mode RGB and add it in so it's visible better. I never made Lelutka Evolution X eyes. I made them with like a mesh eye. So you can draw your own eye textures, or you go in the marketplace, type in Lelutka Evolution X eyes, click modify, copy and transfer, and then you can find some eyes that are full perm, or you can type in eye texture. Let's do that. Eye texture. So you can buy eye textures to make sure it's full perm. Full perm have to be transferable. So let's pick one of those that we like. And then you can add your own detail on top of it. And those are really affordable. Like this one have a good rating. Just 100 linens. Let's buy this one. Okay, then we have the textures here. I always love brown eyes, so I'm gonna open one of the brown ones. Okay, let's save it as PNG, it's easier. So the eyes are mostly sideways. Picture, eyes. And of course you have to stretch it. Make sure it's linked. One corner. the corner. Okay, always sharpen it. It looks a bit blurry. Here, filter, sharpen, and hand sharpen. And I will sharpen it a few times. Okay, let's test it out how it's gonna look like this first. Picture. I can be PNG, but it have a background. So I currently have eyes from Everglam, so let me take them off and add the eyes from Lelutka. Because of my shapes, my eyes are all the way in my head. That's why I use the Lelutka eyes. But I'll switch my shape real quick. So now let's test out the eyes. Like I said, I never tried this before. Let me real quick remove all this. Now let's add the eyes. Click on it. And eyes. Diffuse. Okay, here we go. Ooh, the texture is not like my thing 100%, but it can be worked on. Make sure you also wear this alpha for the eye when you wear your Lelutka eyes. So I did on add overlay black color, added clone tool to remove this light in the bottom, added this light on top, and added this. So let me show you how it looks with my version, with the one I added it. So this is the original eyes. These are my eyes. I like them with way more because I'm hella picky. And as always, you can make many eye colors if you're happy. Upload it by clicking the plus sign, make a heart, and then just click on eyes. Okay, lastly we have lashes. Again, I love to add a white background and underneath it so you can see better. I just set myself some lashes. I just made them in under a minute, just like bare minimum, just to show you. Of course, this video is already freaking long. Okay, then we have the lashes. I just draw it on, like scribbled it on. However, usually I really take a long time drawing each lash, but this is just a quick tutorial. Let's go back here. Local, add the lashes. And the lashes, diffuse. Okay, let me remove my eyeliner. And this is how it looks, even though it took me under a minute just to scribble it, just to draw it. And it still looks decent. I really like it. It's cute. And then I made the second version. Export it. I did it on my tablet. I have a deep dive into making lashes and make a heart with lashes in my other videos. If you want any other videos, let me know in the comments down below. As always, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And that's in the next video. Bye!